Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Hi, everybody. This is Lexus T, and this is...
Hector Olvera. You already know.
Yeah, no makeup today. No makeup. All right, so we're going to have this conversation. This is also hashtag RDDC. You should know or be familiar with it, or you can check out somewhere on the links below for Real Double Dose Channel, and that is hashtag Real Double Dose Channel or the Real Double Dose Channel as well, if you're looking from an LLC perspective, and as well as hashtag FDS, which this wonderful, wait, let me get my, this wonderful, it's doing. Hector is the head honcho. And this is what we do over here for hashtag FD.
That's right.
I know, it's a little bit more. Oh, it's actually following what our thing is called today. Hashtag
Scripted life.
Yeah, a little unscripted is what we're doing right now. But, let's get into it. Anyways, if you're not and you want to be, subscribe or follow us on either of the website tabs, wherever you are, and check out some more episodes and things that are coming out, especially if you want some SOB, and that is School of Business from hashtag FD. Well, wait, FDS. I almost said FDC. FDC convention, right? TC convention, and check that out too. We have entanglements coming out, and as well as soul ties, but that's a little bit more deeper purpose rooted. So we have to put a little bit more energy into that on a spiritual level, mental clarity, and emotional. So it's a little bit more of a work, but you can sign up for the waiting list. That'll be all over. But without further ado, let's get into this beautiful montage of conversation to be had. So let's let Mr. Olvera
Me?
the way. Lead the way. Let's go.
So,
hashtag scripted life.
hashtag.
You see that? Look at how fast I am. That's just this moving. Isn't it cool? Oh, we're not going to bleep this out. Anyone editing, don't bleep this out. Lexus, yes, baby. Yes, the back scratcher. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, now that we got that back scratch out of the way, let's go into the topic of today.
Now, what is that?
Which is scripted life. See, a lot of the times there are so many man-made systems that people succumb to. Systems that give us a sense of purpose, a sense of being in place, of trying to be a part of something, whether it be clubs, jobs that most people want. Just being a part of the school system is one of the biggest systems that people fall into. Get a house, be realistic, work a 9 to 5, cozy up, play it safe. See, the scripted life is that you can play it safe and that you won't step out of your comfort zone. But it gives you a roadmap to where you should be. It takes you away from ever trying or experiencing anything. That's why you see some people are just very rebellious and go different ways, but they still try to be a part of something. There's people that drop out of school and try to take different routes, like entrepreneurship or very, very bad lifestyle that could lead to death, and just so many routes to take because people want to be part of something. So that's what the system is in place for.
Yeah.
That we have a position in society. We all search for that as humans. We all search for a purpose, a sense of importance, a sense of being and having value. And we succumb to what we already know. We succumb to the systems, to the scripted life. So we're here to talk about a majority of them. Well, the biggest one, which is the school system, and how it can affect your purpose and your real placement in life, your real value.
Wait. Pause. What do you mean by that? Because I feel like at this point, that's a perspective that you hold when you say hashtag the scripted life, because I don't know where you think you sitting here going. You ain't teaching. We talking in a conversation. Let me recorrect you. I don't know who you think you preaching to right now, but we need to talk because I have to give my perspective on it. You just go.
Yeah, sorry.
We are having a broadcast together, talking to each other while our beautiful listeners are listening.
Where are my manners? Where are my manners?
See how wonderful this man is? He's so passionate about not being scripted that he.
Yeah, I'll even go off this script. That's right.
No, he didn't. You didn't go off the script. I'm not gonna add that in. But I felt like you were gonna cut me out completely. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, can I elaborate? Yeah. Hey, that shows that you're ready for that shows that you're ready for teaching. I like that.
Te digo.
Yeah, te digo,
Te digo,
nada, I'm
yesterday I
here.
made that
Ahorita
decision.
está bien aquí soy yo. Okay.
All right, sorry. Excuse me. Where are my
Well,
manners?
then FDS is not running over here, bro. Brew? No. Okay. Hey, our new word of the week is brew. Don't know where that came from. But if you remember the movie hashtag Blood Diamonds featuring, I forgot his name. I don't want to discredit him being there because he was that chocolate sunshine being there. I think he was married to Kimora Simmons. Yes. And he played Amistad and a lot of great other films, and Leonardo DiCaprio. But it was a little while ago in the 90s. It was a really good movie. Anyways, in the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio calls people brew, South African Caucasianism conversation. I don't know. Anyway, but my perspective on hashtag scripted life is the same thing that, well, yeah, it's the same thing you're saying essentially. So me speaking to all of us then, I don't know if I can execute it as good as Hector did, but I will say that I feel like scripted life comes from societal standpoint. What we have to always do is like we have to walk, and we're kind of stuck by the paradigms of it. I can say shift all you want, but we're still taught a certain way of our parents. Hey, you better behave when I go in the store. You better not do this. They're gonna be thinking you're crazy. Oh, don't go outside wearing that. You be looked at crazy. Oh, you too skinny. Oh, you too. Those pants, those shoes. I used to hear that a lot growing up. People would say, oh, I would be dead caught wearing shoes from Payless. And I was such a little child in my feelings. I'm thinking, man, I can't go to 8th grade with $30 or $25 Payless shoes. Come on, mom, get me. I mean, I deserved it. Barely even got anything. Another story. But I went to the mall and I was like, well, what shoes do you want? And I went in there and kept hearing about school buzzing and said, oh, the Grant Hill shoes. Mind you, didn't know much about him. I just knew he was a famous basketball player. So I was like, the Grant Hill shoes at the time were $150. Now, I don't know about you, but back then, I'll say $150. Ooh, that was a couple bills, okay, for the month. Okay, that was some of the water, whatever else. Yeah. I was surprised that I got it. I think it was a tax season feeling. I'm not sure. But but I got that in one outfit. I remember my sister got like 4 or 5 outfits. And I'm like, man, as I got older, I realized I wore the shoes 3 or 4 times. And I only cared about my friends seeing them on my feet twice. After the 3rd time wearing them to school, they didn't even notice. Hashtag the scripted life for me means sometimes we can't even stop that. We can't even stop the way we drink a cup of coffee. How would we eat? I mean, because I really will sit there and look at how I drink a cup of coffee at home or eat my food versus how would I eat in a restaurant. I really don't even know the difference. Do you? Like, if I would just eat or I'd be like, but I realized I'm so chill. Like, I'll sit there and just kick it. Like, I would wash my hands. But if I was eating some wings or chili, I just wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I'm mindful of people sitting by me, but I would enjoy it. Like, oh my God, I'm so full. I just don't know. So if you're living a scripted life, I will say, what can you do to stop that? How do you actually notify yourself of it happening? And is it a good scripted to have? Now, scripted could be the same routine. Like every time I wake up, I'm like, man, Lord, it's the same thing. Shower, tea, face, clothes, lotion. And I'm like, I love the routine system, but sometimes it just feels like it's so scripted. Like, man, I just want to wake up in my pajamas and just sit there with a bowl of cereal and watch TV one morning, or just listen to harmonize music and have some mood.
Now you understand. Now you understand
What is
why I
that
love
called? Mood?
what.
No, I'm not sponsoring them, by the way, not yet. But they're called Mood. I saw a little thing. It was
I know what you're talking about.
CBD, whatever strain. It looked pretty good to me. And look, if it goes right, Mood, if you're listening, you can change my mood and sponsor our mood too. But right now, no, it's not sponsoring. If it is good, let us know. Hashtag I want to know. But yeah, go ahead. So what were you saying now?
That was my train of thought, really.
It must be the lip gloss. Sorry.
But it definitely is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it is.
No, I think you were saying, what were we saying? Do you remember?
Going back to what we wore and how you were saying about
Okay.
we're so used to trying to go into what we wear. I remember that too. I had a very similar childhood, and my shoes came from either Payless or Walmart. Oh man, them Shaq shoes, fire, fire. They were on sale. Oh, even better. But they weren't the type of shoes that everyone was so accustomed to seeing, because everyone tries to go and get clothing to identify themselves within it. That's the problem, is that we try to go by the normal of society, of you basically are what you wear. You're defined by what you wear. When it can be an expression of who we are, but it doesn't define you.
Or you are what you eat and wear. Well, I think I want to say you are what you eat. So I'm like,
Yeah. But you can tell too, like a lot of people now, with when they have money, they go and they get cars to be looked at a certain type of way. But that's the same thing. It comes from the same system. If they don't have that car, they don't have value. It's where they associate their value. Same thing with clothes. If I'm not wearing Nike or Under Armour or whatever it may be, I'm worthless. I'm not me.
I
But
never understood. I mean, no offense to Under Armour, if you hear me, but I never understood how the heck did they become anything. I mean, no shade. It could be great material, whatever. But I'm like, come
yeah,
on, that little logo, really? I understand Nike just do it. I understand the Fila. It was a whole mass, like big, huge hip hop movement that makes everything run. I mean, come on, look at Cardi B and then for God's sakes. What do they run from the industry for? It is a cultural perspective, right? So I look at that and I'm like, how did Armour? Okay, I'm just saying, not to go on about Under Armour, but I didn't understand how. Like I even like the North Star or whatever that thing is, the North something, the North jackets, and
oh yeah,
I started liking them because I'm like the scripted life. I started seeing everyone North Pole.
yeah.
I started seeing everyone wearing North Pole, and I'm like, oh, this has to be the trend. If I don't have a North Pole jacket, I'm not fitting it. I felt that. I'm like, ugh. So I started seducing myself to start lusting over outfits that other people seem to be trending. And then I realized I get so much attention from how unique I am as a person. I'm already trending. Hashtag, we're going to do something called hashtag trending. Why aren't you trending on your own pop charts?
Amen.
That's what it should be. Like, why are we not looking at it like, hey, today we're on level 5. We need to trend for ourselves. You are your own music maker. Every beat, every harmonization, every chorus note, every string is made by the creator from us. We are musical instruments all put together here to make a beautiful symphony. But a lot of us just go on like heavy metal, hashtag, if you listen to it, oh, you know what I mean. But like, my brothers used to listen to it when they were working out really bad and crazy. I heard people just say it kind of numbs you out from the pain. But what was I saying with that? Right. So at the end of the day, look at that. And I'm thinking to myself, man, like, hey, where do we go here? Where's your pop charts? Where are your top 5 and what it is? And I realized something too. Consistency is the way that a script is made. I understand that because if you stick to it, you wouldn't have a movie. You wouldn't have a movie. If
like a recipe.
Yeah, exactly. If you just decided to leave out the blueberries, leave out the flour, don't put the butter in, it's like it could come out to something, but it's not going to come out to what you want. So there is a yin, yang balance, whatever they want to call it, to where the script is necessary sometimes. Always, right? We don't want to have you kiss me and I'm pregnant tomorrow versus how it usually gets done. If you're under 18, close your ears. Don't listen. But I know our audience is huge right now. Hashtag East Lansing, Michigan. I'm going to do a shout out to y'all. Boom, Isabel Street. What's up? Like that? Hey. Okay.
Yeah. Now they're gonna be looking for you there.
Well, yeah, that was a bittersweet home, but I still had some pretty little good memories there. I just want to say that hashtag scripted, the scripted life, it has more analogies to it, and we're giving you more of we're still kind of getting used to the video thing. So you can mind it, see how we really get down. This is how him and I really go. We might be a little bit more chill when we're not on camera, but this is really us. We could actually forget that we're recording sometimes, okay?
I
Let's
already
not
forgot.
play. And don't, like I said, don't mind. You see that? That's
Don't mind her beauty,
called
everybody.
tired
Please.
circles. Real life hashtag real life circles. But no makeup there. That's unscripted for you. This is my magic stick right now. It's helping me think. My think stick. Yeah. I think I had Jerry Maguire at my think stick movie. But I mean, I want to ask a question seriously. What do you feel is something that you can unscript? And it's good. I think it's wonderful.
Oh,
It
yeah.
kind of helps me balance. He balances me out to where, and I don't like the Zoom thing because all of a sudden I'll look this way and it's this way. And I'll look this way and I'm trying to point at him and it's going this way instead of this way. It's weird. Okay. So unscripted. There you go. Okay. I think it's good to wake up and just have your PJs on one day. Yeah. I think it's good to say, I'm going to take an hour off of work now. Disclaimer, no one's telling you to leave there unless you can. Okay, figure it out. You know what I mean? Common sense. If you need some more common sense, go over to www.realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com and .com and hear our disclaimer and our terms and conditions, just in case you need a little bit of, don't blame me for it. Lex told me, Mr. Oveda from MDS told us that we should take 10 hours off of work, and now I lost my mortgage and I lost my home. Is that enough unscripted for you? No, ain't gonna happen. Okay.
Well, that would be very, very unscripted for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an everyday part of everything. Even people doing certain business ways of trying to get people to learn from them, they have a script. It's called a roadmap. They have a way in which you go to the start and the end point. And you, with their testimonies, with their reviews, that they work, that script works, that it's proven and it's real.
Oh, okay. I see what. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and think about this too, you guys. Really, what it is, it's just this is an overall conversation consensus. We might have something more direct flow to you and different things, but we're inviting you to the conversation and really think about things yourself. I look at it like too, what Hector was saying, bouncing back off of that, it's like, yeah, in a relationship, you got to do that too. So platonic, I am. Right? I understand the physicalities of what somebody else might see, but I believe it should be different. It shouldn't just be a date night every Valentine's Day. It should be a random weeknight. Like, hey, I just rolled out some chocolate covered strawberries. I got the nice cozy pillows out. I just want to cuddle you and make dinner or just eat it off. No, I mean, you know what I mean? But I'm going to say eat it off your stomach, you sick people. Keep your mind out the gutter. I was gonna
eat it off your hands.
Eat it off your hands or something. But I just feel like it should be a lot of unscripted. Your kid, okay? Instead of doing the same thing, oh, mommy has to take you home or this is happening. I get it. But really, and I'm just saying a lot of people who have lost their loved ones, people who have experienced things that shift you from being scripted will say, man, if I just knew it was the last day I had with my loved one, I would have took more time to do something. I wouldn't have ran with traffic. I wouldn't have rushed to be at work at this time. I would have spent a little unscripted time with the last moment on this earthly plane with that person, with my child, with my family member.
That's true.
Man, if I would have lived a little unscripted, I wouldn't have gotten a horrific accident. I wouldn't have hurt this person, right? Now, a drunk driver might say something different. If I would have been a little bit more scripted and stuck to something that worked instead of just being all over the place. See, there's a balance to everything that we do in life, and it has to be to that point. Every great movie that came out was not because the script was on point. It's because the people who were doing it were on point with the script. That's why we admire people like, I'm not going to say his name for controversy, but okay, Chris Rock first to give him a little love. I'm just saying, like when it comes down to Tom Cruise, comes down to Arnie Hudson, hashtag, I'll see you soon. Just different ones out there. I mean, if you don't remember who these people are, I don't know what else to tell you. Will Smith, whoever you want to go, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jack Black. We can go down a whole different, Amy Mahoney, all of them, Queen Latifah, just different ones in general of what makes it what it is. Simple as that. So I want to implore you, no matter how much time we have, I'm gonna give it back to Hector. But I just want to tell you that you should live life a little bit more balanced in it and that. Someone asked me one time for a bariatric surgery when I went there with my sister, God rest her soul. I was gonna, what do you call it, gastric bypass. Now my doctor looked at me and said, well, the doctor up there, I think it's Park Nicola in Minneapolis, was like, you're a little young for that. You sure? You don't really have much to lose. You have a different body structure. I was like, yeah, I just want to do it to support my sister, but hey, why not? So the last question I went through on each thing, okay, we had to drive an hour and a half just to get there. Every question, the last psychiatrist asked me, so if you had a choice between a cheeseburger and a very nice shake, which one would you choose? Now, I know I didn't want the surgery anyway, because I've never had a problem getting people to stop chasing me. I never had a problem being authentically me or trying to find out those things. So I didn't know what it was to be a thick chick or anything else. I was just me. And I always had a limitless supply of people who wanted to take me on dates. People who had cars, jobs, whatever it might be. Sorry. I felt back in the day. But back in the day. But I'm just saying though, I didn't have that. So I was like, well, of course I would choose the cheeseburger. What? Who wouldn't have a cheeseburger with the cheesiest of burgers? What? And she was like, boom, you failed. I was like, what? Why? She said, because you said the cheeseburger. I said, so you're basically getting on my ass for freaking telling the truth. She's like, I appreciate you told the truth, but you failed. So I was like, okay. My sister was like, why did you do that, dummy? What's wrong with you? God rest her soul. God rest her soul. Yeah. But she was like, why did you do that? You failed. And I had to play it out for her sake. I just went through it for her support. I was like, because I really want a cheeseburger. You're supposed to say the shake. Hello? I was like, I know, but I was craving a cheeseburger. Like we were down the street from White Castle, bro. I want a cheeseburger. I thought of a cheeseburger, sauteed onions. That's where my mind was because I was happy with it. And I'm not saying to neglect those things and negate them, but you know what I mean. That's all I want to say. Hashtag the unscripted life is definitely the balance between hashtag the scripted life, but make sure you understand where you are in retrospect of that and make sure you enjoy the little things of life that are the biggest things of life by being a little less scripted.
Yeah. And that's why scripts are really good though, because they do provide that balance, like you were saying. Because to be frank with you, I'm not that good at balance. I'm a very extreme type of person.
Hashtag yes.
Yeah, I'm hot or I'm cold. Like I don't
true.
have that lukewarm.
He does tell the truth on that one. Voucher. Vouch.
Yeah, I got a living testimony right here. It's hard to find that balance. It really is, but it all takes fails. It all takes failures because a lot of the times we're scared to fail.
I'm trying to get a little light. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just trying to get a little light in the background. Everybody's wondering what's going on over here with my gotta touch something. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you for the
over here. Gloomy over here. Okay. I'm gonna be teleporting where he is, and it'll be different because we'll have the same retrospect, but
same lighting.
Yeah,
same
I wanted
lighting.
I wanted to let you know. And in the Midwest, is gloomy snowstorm about to happen, and he's in beautiful, sunny down southern. We'll roll that out when it happens.
We're down south, y'all. But
sorry. That was unscripted.
Yeah, that was unscripted. But in the same way, that's why it's weird because I'm very spontaneous, rambunctious. You call me rambunctious, but I like spontaneous better. I like to go.
Both. It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. Because I can go and I can sleep really late for a couple of days, one day, and then just get on a new schedule really fast. It makes you really adaptable whenever you are very hot and cold.
That's true.
And it trains that adaptability. But finding that balance, that's kind of the cons of it. So if you do want to try to practice it, it helps you also force that balance. Whenever you're just flipping from hot to cold, it helps you kind of move the needle closer to the middle, move the needle closer, and just get to the balance where you need to have. And I'm having a problem with that. in my personal life, as Lex here is very aware of my balance, my lack of balance, should I say?
Sorry.
Hey, but it's
But can I
progression.
ask you a question though? I mean, piggybacking off of what you said. So
Monday.
I would look at, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, well, we understand what Monday means, and it's pretty much like repeat yourself. Okay, so let's say you wake up one day at 8 o'clock, next day at 11 o'clock, next day at 8 o'clock, and so on, at 5 o'clock. I believe that could be still scripted and unscripted. If
Mhm.
you still trigger off what you have to do in that time frame. If you wake up at 8 a.m. and then you're still executing, boom. If you wake up at 12 p.m. and you're still executing, can do just as much as you did with 8, I think that could work. If you're fulfilling what you have to do and what you need to do, it could work. And I do. My circumstances right now, everybody, does not allow me to get the proper naps or to get certain things that I need. Hector understands what's going on, and it's a different whole level of something that people don't go to the SEMP
She's
or the
strong.
SEM.
She's
Yeah.
strong. Just simply put, she's very strong.
Well, I wish I felt that. I mean, it's strong. People really can't feel strong. We hear it, but we go through those are who are the true definition of strong. We go through so much of it, we don't even know we're in the midst of having to be strong. And yeah, but eventually I want to get to that point where I am unscripted more. I want to be able to sleep in till 8 or 9 o'clock. I want to be able to just take a mid-afternoon nap. And I know my productivity is going to be 10,000 times stronger. I don't thrive on getting up at 5 a.m. and doing this and do like I don't do that. I do certain things because I have to in the environment that I'm in. Because when it's resistant against you, you have to do something to break the norm, or then you start falling in place of it. And I'm like, man, sometimes I'm just like, man, can I just roll around? Can I just feel normalcy? Why do I have to feel all this weird energy and this weird stuff? I mean, literally weird energy. It's just, it's odd. But yeah, life, hashtag scripted life is definitely something I want to have a balance with. So
Yeah, everything needs a little tang in it. A little
ding dang. Oh, wait a minute. I got the whole lighting here. Wait. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, everyone. It just completely blew up. I like that better. It's a little bit more shimmery.
yeah.
Oh, man. So, I mean, we
Yeah.
enjoyed it. A lot of things that we talk about right now. And I just hope that what you can walk away with is a different perspective on what things are very important to you. I remember, I believe there's a gentleman, I'm not sure if it was Jim Rohn or the late Bob Proctor or the late Jim Rohn that said that, but it was execution list. I think it was Bob Proctor, where a gentleman, I don't know if it's Warren Buffett or who, but he had a list, I think it's Warren Buffett, of had like 5 things. And one of his other friends were like, the 5 things I need to get rid of or do today. And the other ones, boom, just put a list. And I started doing the execution list. It wasn't a this is what I want to get done. It was this is going to be done. And I was so consistent and I just stopped it. I don't even understand. I was like, man, and they don't have to be huge, but I was like, write a list of 3 things that have to be done today, no matter what, and make it freaking happen. If you have to cut short your sandwich, if you have to cut short a conversation, just do it. See how far you go. And then manifesting. We have a thing to where we're so scripted not to believe something. We're not holding on to that. But it's very clear in the greatest book of all times, which is the Bible, and many other things out there too, that we have to hold on to those things and keep faith in them. And I noticed that they say if you hold on to a thought more than 30 seconds, it becomes a different vibration. Then another minute goes by and another minute. And as you compile, you can possibly get to 5 minutes, but it's amazing what opens your head. But we're so subjected to, man, why am I dreaming about this lifestyle? Why am I envying or wishing these things? And I'm thinking, man, have we ever really held on to something that we really wish would happen in a very positive way more than 2 minutes without doubting it or crushing it? Have we done it for 3 days straight? Like, what kind of discipline do we have where we can't even control our own ancient mind? That's what I look at. Like, we can't even give it faith. It's like if someone just won the $2.4 billion Powerball, we could believe in that and buy a ticket all day long. But when it comes down to buying a ticket for ourselves and investing in the greatest Powerball of all, we all have that conditioning. That is scripted. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Mass
Way back
scripted.
to playing it safe.
Yeah. And they say that we
Regrets.
don't even have the same perception. They actually say that the universe is so separated right now from what we see as a chair and a bed. We've all been conditioned to see the same thing. And that's what makes our structure of what we see now called life, right? The whole universal life of what man made. And I thought about that, like, man, what if we're looking at a car and through someone else's eyes? It's completely like not just seeing it a different way, like literally we're creating this reality. We're many pieces of God walking around here. We created what was supposed to be all conditioned to see. I'm like, man, and you notice it's always those people who are so unscripted in the way of thinking, changing the world, or making a move, or completely being unanimously just unique. It's always that, like the movie The Island. If you haven't checked it out, I don't endorse it personally because I'm not getting paid for it, but I do like the fact The Island will show you something. Watch that. Watch that, The Island. They all get a lotto ticket to be in this. Like, yeah, we might watch that tonight if we can find it. I think you're gonna love that, Papa. You're gonna love it. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna let Hector finish what he does. Hashtag FDS, hashtag RDDC. But for me personally, I love you all. We're gonna be back with some more. I hope this has stimulated your minds to kind of think, and it definitely does some homework for us too, having this discussion. So back to you, Papa.
Oh yeah, that just means we're in it together. Y'all are also going throughout the journey because whenever we revisit certain topics, we just
Yeah.
have to open them. Like whenever you're working on a project, you can't work on it for a long extension of time because you need to take a break, or else you're just gonna keep trying to stay in the box you're at, stay in the perspective that you're at. But whenever you go and you shift off of it for a little bit, now we're looking at it from a different perspective. Now
Yeah.
we can revisit it and see it again and find some more things that we may not have spotted. But it's always good to revisit things, knowledge. It's always good
Knowledge.
to revisit that and reinforce it, really, to remind ourselves of what we know, of
Mhm.
the wisdom that we gained.
Very true. The wisdom that we get. I know I'm horrible with the screen, everybody, but guess what? It is what it is. Hashtag unscripted, hashtag scripted. Boom. We're just we're doing it. The lighting sucks over here in the Midwest. Yes, I love you, Minnesota, but you've been doing me some wrong. You guys don't
Just look-
understand what the snowstorm comes. We have gloomy days. The snowstorm can make it to the point where it's like a rainy day. And I love rainy days for writing and sipping on some tea and chilling and snuggling up, but
For rioting,
not haunted factories of irritation. So anyway, all right. So we're gonna end this off right now with a pause, and let me actually see what we had. Let's see this. Okay, so we have. You don't mind me saying some of the episodes, right?
go ahead.
Okay. So we had hashtag the scripted life. We might touch back on that. Never know. And then we have some different stuff coming up too: pent up feelings, emotions, life, pain, fear, offensiveness, whatever else is coming. But we don't need to explain what's already understood. You dig? You dig. Okay. So we'll talk to you. I'm having a bomb time.
I see that.
I really don't like all this back stuff going on with here, but I like the background when it's like quick fix. But hey, I got so many boxes coming right now. I have to tell you, you want this to be a little scripted. Trust me. I'm moving, traveling, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. That's not important. That's why Zoom created backdrops like this. So you can mind your business.
Okay.
Mind your business. Mind your business. That's what you
we
are
can
my
focus.
business.
Focus.
Yeah. Focus on Hector. FDS. Look how beautiful that is. He looks bright, shining star. I'm just the person over here that needs a little bit of sunshine. He's sharing with me. He's sharing, and we're going. I'm gonna bring this action
Back scratcher.
every time with the back scratcher. And I just heard something hit the door, so I think it might be open. But yes, without further ado, we're gonna end this off right now. We're right at our mark. We love you. This is hashtag Lex. I almost said Lex Olvera. Oh my gosh. This is Lex's tea. She's back. Hey, it's a nice name. Coming at you, facts
Good name.
from RDDC and hashtag co-creator, co-founder, secondary to hashtag FDS. Finish it up for me because I can't talk at this point.
Secondary, as you heard.
Oh, listen, don't get it credit. The goddess is always under creation. Anyway, this is hashtag FDS. Yeah. Hashtag RDC. Boom. Because I will flip the switch on you any day of the week and tell you real double doses of life. Boom. What? Unscripted. What? We love you guys. You're amazing. I hope that this brought some provoking thoughts to you. Live life a little less scripted and enjoy the little moments that we take for granted every day and try to figure out your own paradigm. What makes you do what you do? And do you react the same way? Like conditioning is, even when you're alone, you still do the same things you're conditioned to do outside in the public or someone.
Absolutely.
Just test yourself. See where it goes. You never know. Anyways, there's nothing wrong with manners, but just make sure you're not a robot to someone else's ways of thinking.
Amen.
Love you. You're amazing. Bye for now. We'll talk to you soon.